That was pretty sad. It's the shame of my life. This is gonna come as a shock to a lot of you, but
we're sailing good, bad, and ugly. 3 years ago, we bought our boat off Craigslist for $5,000. I'm Kristen, and this is Matt. We are known to break the rules and do things a little less traditional. Hit subscribe to join the adventure. Thanks to our patrons for keeping us going. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Sailing GBU. Today we are getting off this boat. We aren't doing any boat projects, surprise, surprise, and we're gonna go do a little bit of a dinghy clean slash hopefully catch some dinner water bonanza.
yeah, and as you can hear, it's a little windy. As you can probably hear, we don't know, maybe you can't hear it, but it's pretty windy today, so it's gonna be a sporty little trip out onto the water. Alright, so since we're going out to clean the bottom of the dinghy, I know some fish are going to show up and I definitely want to kill some fish, so I got to get my stick ready to kill some stuff. As you can see, I don't have a tip on this. The fish broke that off. A big old snapper broke it off in the Bahamas and I never got it back. So all I'm going to do, if you're an OG, you know my move. I just get an old shaft and I duct tape it to this. Therefore, I'm able to still shoot this into fish and retrieve them.
Alright guys, we're out here. We parked next to the private island that's, some people tell us, is owned by Geraldo Rivera, if you know who that is. What?
I'm pointing right to his house.
Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna go in here. The water looks clear. I'm excited to see what's underneath there and excited for Matt to clean the dinghy so it'll actually go fast again.
Well guys, this is gonna come as a shock to a lot of you, but I made a big whoopee. I came out here to clean the dinghy, playing this whole day around this nonsense, and then I get all the way out here and I forgot my scraper and I forgot my scrubby brush. So now I'm gonna have to make do because I'm not going all the way back there miles away to get this stuff. So I think I have this little piece of plastic. I think this will work to get some of the barnacles off, and then I have the back of my gloves that I think will be able to get...
The back of your gloves?
Hear me out. The back of my gloves to get some of the soft, like muddy stuff off, and then I'll just swim down and get some sand to kind of get some of the grassy stuff off. So I think I can make it work, but I'm pretty mad about it.
It's all right. guys, so we let time get away from us yesterday and we ended up not catching anything. What's new, right? But we're not gonna let that get us down, and we're gonna get fish some way or another. So come along, let's see what we get into today. So while we were at the grocery store, I came up with this really great idea that I want to make some Coquito. If you've never heard of what Coquito is, it's basically Puerto Rican eggnog. It's a holiday cocktail that we're going to whip up in the kitchen today. If you are wondering what maybe it is before you get all crazy and start watching this, they say it's like coconut eggnog, but we'll see. Here we go. Alright, so you want to mix all your ingredients pretty much in a blender. Since I don't have a blender on this boat, I'm going to just pour them all in this pot, and then I'm going to use a hand mixer, and I think it's going to do the same thing. First ingredient you want to put in is evaporated milk. You want 24 ounces of this. I'm making a recipe for 12 servings, so if you don't want to make it that big, you can always cut it in half. But I'm going to start with the evaporated milk, 2 cans for 24 ounces. Alright, so the next ingredient a lot of people have on their boats is cream of coconut, what you make your pina coladas with. 1 can of that, I think. 14 ounces of coconut cream. This is a 15-ounce can, so I'm just going to leave a little bit out. Next, you want to put in unsweet coconut milk. I couldn't find unsweet, so this might be a bit too sweet, but unsweet coconut milk is next. Next, 14 ounces of sweetened condensed milk. This is where it starts getting thick. I think this might put 100 pounds on you, but it's the holidays, right? Next, you want to put in your rum. It says 8 ounces of rum, but that's only a cup of rum for 12 servings, and me and Matt both agreed that we're just going to put a little more in. It's up to you, you know?
Okay, I can see your reflection in the Coquito. Could you give us a wave? That sounds like an old country song that I could make up. Doesn't that sound like a Puerto Rican Christmas time song I could come up with? I see your reflection in the Coquito. Alright, now you want to add in 1 tablespoon of vanilla. That was a handily measured tablespoon. How do you know? When you know, you know? When you know, you know. Next, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. Alright, then you want to do 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. And you're going to want a little bit for garnishing later. Alright, all you have to do is blend it up now. Alright, so it blended up a little weird with the cinnamon, but I think with a blender it might be a little better. Now you just want to put it in your refrigerator or whatever you got to chill for a bit. Alright guys, so I couldn't get any fish yesterday. I can already hear my boys back in Florida talking down on me. I hear you. And that was pretty sad. It's the shame of my life.
But it's
feel
hard
ashamed.
here.
It's not hard here.
Yes, it is.
If you're gonna go get some fish here, you have to commit yourself to a full day. It's not like you just go jump in the afternoon and go out and get fish, unless you get a miracle fish. But either way, they had some at the Econo, and I went down and got myself some snapper fillets. Now what I'm gonna do here is my spin on a Puerto Rican tradition, chicharrones del mar. Chicharrones del mar. I think that's what it's called. It's basically just like fried fish fingers. So I'm gonna get these into the finger shapes, and then I'm gonna fry them up.
Big dog's in the kitchen. Don't see this very often, everybody. And not because he doesn't want to. It's because of me.
I'm not allowed! So I'm gonna get the skin off here. One way to do that is to cut a little slit in there so you can get your finger in it. Then you grip it and rip it. As you can see here, I went against the grain, as I always do. So if you don't want to pull the skin off, as you see, it leaves a little bit more of this red stuff under the skin if you do it that way. If you want to take that 1/4 inch off, some people can be a little bit finicky. You can just fillet the skin right off of there. Almost. You almost can.
And then you can go fishing with your skin later.
Okay, so that's the difference basically that makes. If you cut the skin off, you can cut that little bit of blood out. Some people, kids, they don't really like the fishiness that this will bring. I personally do like the fishiness. So, now that we got it like that, let's cut it into some fingerlings. And for my side with the fried fish, nothing goes better with fried fish than papas fritas. I'm going to fry up some potatoes. I'm going to slice them thin and kind of make it like a chips. And we're going to see how it comes out.
We are gonna see. Have you ever done this before?
No. Alright, and for my cooking medium, I'm going to use pure aceite de vegetale, or as you gringos would say, vegetable oil. Okay, for you?
I don't know. This is your recipe.
That feels right. Right?
I don't know. This is your recipe.
We'll give it one more splash. Okay, so for my batter, first things first, flour. Alright, you guys know me. In the kitchen, I like to keep it simple like I do in all things. Simple, salt and black pepper. And as always, a pinch of adobo. Ooh, boy. Oil's heating up nice now. Alright, so me, being the country boy that I am, I'm going to do a little mustard dip on a couple of these.
Oh boy.
Real simple, you squirt some mustard in a bag.
Squirt some mustard in a bag.
I know. You drop your fish scriblets in there, a handful of them. You don't got to get too crazy. But I like mine mustard dip. You can use egg. You can use milk. You can throw an egg in here if you really want to get buck wild, but I just like a nice mustard. Little marinade on them. Covers up, gives it a nice crispy mustardy flavor. Goes real well. Oil's hot. About to start dipping my fish fingers and popping them in the grease. Alright, boys and girls, so I had a little bowl and we saw them, I put it in and flipping it wasn't really working, so now I'm going to put this plate over and shake it up.
Oh, Jesus.
Wish me luck.
Weren't you the guy that makes fun of me for using multiple pans? Now look at you, using every plate that we own.
Alright, time to throw these boys in the grease. Alright, ladies and gents, now it's time for the mustard mateys. Alright, so now it's time to get them taters in there. I'm going to use the same grease because I'm a reuse, reduce, recycle kind of guy. So I'm going to use the same old grease.
I don't know about that, but okay. Look at you catching fish out here.
You know what's funny is I've been trying to catch fish for 2 days and I couldn't even get near one. Second, I'm just out here diddle-daddling.
That's a good looking fish.
You know what kind of fish this is?
Mutton snapper?
Ooh, very close. It's a lane snapper. And guys, here's a quick tip. When you get your fish and you want to take those cool pictures, see how right now he has his fins down and all that stuff and he doesn't look cool? If you engage his lateral line, see how he puts all of his fins out and makes him look a lot bigger and a lot cooler. So for all of you fishermen enthusiasts out there, I'm gonna get a picture for the gram right now. I'm gonna get a picture for the gram. That's what you do. You hold it far away. Try to get your fingers out of the way if you can. Whoa!
Ah!
Try to get your fingers out of the way if you can. And then always remember to engage the lateral line.
Matthew, you almost lost your whole pole for the gram.
Almost lost the whole pole for the gram. Let's get him out of here.
Alright guys, so as you can see, I added a cinnamon sugar rim to really get that holiday spirit. So, you ready to try it? A lot of cinnamon sugar, maybe too much.
Wow.
Well, what do you think? It's pretty good, right?
That is outstandinger than hell.
It is really good.
That's delicious. I think I could have used double the rum, to be honest, now that I'm tasting it. Double the rum for sure, and I think ice on mine would have been good.
Alright guys, so I highly recommend checking this out. I'll see if I can put the same recipe that I saw. I'm sure there's hundreds of ways of making it with real eggs probably and all that, but this is actually really good, so I'll leave it in the description down below. Now let's try out your delicious fish fry.
This is a Louisiana fish fry right here.
That's a crispy potato. I doubted him in that, but we'll see. I'll try your fish nuggets. Mmm.
And we got carrots for our health.
I like that touch of mustard. If you never tried that before, try it out. Not the best combo though. I'm gonna say that right now.
Yeah, fried fish and Coquito. Split them up. You don't got to do them all at one time.
Well, a storm's coming in on us. I'm glad we got this fish fry done. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Even if we didn't get any fish, we still went snorkeling, saw some cool things. Eagle ray.
Octopus.
Did you get the octopus?
I saw it.
I didn't see it, so I always miss the octopus every time. I can't swim that deep.
They're pretty sneaky too. They can camouflage.
Alright guys, well make sure you guys comment down below, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Bye.